welcome back and welcome to a book versus movie comparison video. This is the first time I've done one of these, but if you'd like to see more, definitely leave me a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe. I would love to have you on board. So yesterday I went to see the movie of Everything by Nicola Yoon, and I was kind of desperate to talk to somebody about it. And one of the reasons I was desperate to talk to somebody about it was because there was no one else in the cinema with me. So I'm like, is anyone else seeing this movie? Has nobody read the book and is desperate to see the film? So I read The Sun Is Also a Star, first of all, and then I'd had Everything. I actually ended up with 2 copies. I don't know where my second copy went, but I had a copy of Everything on my shelf, and so when I found out it was being made into a movie, I made it a priority to read it. So I really enjoyed it. I read it in 2 goes. I read kind of half and then the other half because it is quite a quick and short read. Now, one of the things I really loved about Everything, the novel, is that it's got illustrations in it. It's got charts and kind of like illustrations of Maddie's like architecture things. It's got illustrations of the way Maddie's feeling, and I really loved that. And then there's in the kind of acknowledgements at the back, it's Nicola Yoon's husband that does the illustrations, and I thought that was really nice. And of course the cover is absolutely fantastic. I've seen, you know, a couple of different covers for this one, and I like the fact that when they moved from the hardback to the paperback and brought it out in paperback, that they kept the same cover, because I think the cover's gorgeous too. Obviously in the movie we don't have those illustrations, but we have the actual physical copies of things as they are, so you've got that difference there. I really like the illustrations and I kind of almost missed that, but the way they've done it in the movie is that they've taken Maddie's architectural designs, and there's actually sometimes when she's in those designs, or when her and Ollie are chatting and they're both in their designs and imagining the conversation taking place in, for example, the diner that Maddie designs as part of her architecture class. So I like the way the illustrative aspect of the book was portrayed in the movie in that same kind of way. I thought that was done really cleverly. The shots in the movie are also, we get a lot of very kind of close-up shots and kind of skin shots and mouth shots and kind of, you know, shots that you wouldn't necessarily expect when 2 people are having a conversation or when somebody's doing some deep thinking. And I think that kind of makes up for the lack of illustrations as well. Also, at the end of the movie, as the credits are rolling, we get some illustrations, kind of moving illustrations that I recognise from the book in that bit, so I really like that aspect of it. One of the things that's definitely downplayed in the movie versus the book is kind of Ollie's family, so to speak. So his family plays quite a big role in Ollie's storyline in the book, but I feel like in the movie it wasn't played up as much. I felt like it was kind of played down a little bit. We barely see any of his sister in the movie, whereas his sister's quite active in the book. And then Ollie has some issues with his parents in the book, and we only really see that come up twice in the movie. It's not as big a thing and a bigger part of what makes Ollie Ollie in the movie as in the book. So I think, because obviously the movie is a very visual thing, whereas the book requires you to make some visuals in your own imagination, that's possibly why it felt like a bigger thing in the book than it did in the movie. But I would have liked to see a little bit more of Ollie's personality come out in the movie the same way as it does in the book, because obviously they have conversations in the book about the fact that he wears black and he's quite a cynical person, but we only really hear that being mentioned the once in the movie when Maddie's talking to her mother about what kind of person Ollie is. And then the third thing that really stood out to me in the difference between the two was Maddie's relationship with Rosa. and her nurse, and it's much stronger in the book, and I really like that relationship, and I think it is missing in the movie. Like, I kind of miss that back and forth that they had in the book. It didn't come out as much in the movie as it did in the book, so I think that relationship was missing slightly. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it did the book justice. The whole storyline is there. There's nothing really missed out, and as I say, a lot of those illustrations that were in the book come across as other visual tricks, if you like, in the movie. And sometimes when Ollie and Maddie are texting one another or messaging on email, we actually see it come up on the screen as it would do if they were messaging on the page in the book. And I think that was a really good kind of nod to the fact that it was a novel beforehand and now it's a book, because a lot of movies don't actually recognise that. And it comes up quite quickly in the credits, the fact it's based on the novel by Nicola Yoon. So there you go, there's my thoughts on the book versus the movie. I think both of them were really entertaining. Both of them had equal merit. If I was going to watch or read one of them, I'd probably reread the novel before I rewatch the movie, but watching the movie did feel a lot like rereading the novel. So there you go. There are my thoughts on everything book versus movie. As I say, if you'd like to hear more from me, subscribe. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and I would really like to hear if you have watched the movie or read the book and what you thought of it. Perhaps you've read the book and you're not going to watch the movie because you don't think it'll be as good. Let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to get in on this discussion. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye.